Welcome to East Alabama Today, featuring topics, events, and interesting people from all over East Alabama. Hosted by Carl Brady. Now, let's get right to the show. Here's Carl Brady.
Hello, everyone. We welcome you into East Alabama Today. I'm Carl Brady. Thank you so much for being with us on today's program. As always, we're going to start things off with a little contact information. If you have an idea for the show, we would love to hear from you. If you have a fair, a festival, or a special event that's going on in your community, you need to let us know about it so we can help pass the word along. And you do that by sending me an email at cbrady@tv24.tv. cbrady@tv24.tv. As I said, fairs, festivals, special events, things that are going on in your community, anywhere in our 9-county East Alabama coverage area. Let us know about those events, and you never know, you may find yourself as a guest on our show talking about your event. We also want to know about the interesting people who live in your community. Maybe you know someone who's a writer, an artist, or a musician. Maybe they have an odd or an interesting hobby and you think they'd be a great guest on the program. That's exactly who we want to know about. So send me emails about those folks as well. Again, cbrady@tv24.tv. Stay with us. We've got an excellent show coming up for you today, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we welcome you back in to East Alabama Today. Again, I'm Carl Brady. Thanks for joining us on our program. Today we're going to be talking about the Coosa Valley Sierra Club and their upcoming Earth Day celebration that's going to be held April 27th at Noccalula Falls in Gadsden. We'll have all the details coming up on that as we go through the show. Right now, let me welcome a couple of guests from the Coosa Valley Sierra Club. Jonathan Meeks is with us. Jonathan, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
We're glad to be here.
Absolutely. And Trey Staples. Trey, good to see you as well. Just give us, whoever wants to start, just give me a quick overview of the Coosa Valley Sierra Club and why you're involved and some of the things you guys are involved with.
You take it, Trey.
All right.
Take it away.
Coosa Valley Sierra Club meets at Joe Ford Center over on Gadsden State Community College campus. And basically, the Sierra Club being founded in 1892 has been really concerned about our environment, getting people out into the environment, exposing them to what the benefits of being out and doing activities like hiking, camping, things like that can benefit you. And that's where we're mainly involved, and then also, of course, protecting those assets, things like our natural forests, our rivers, our streams. All of that provides us the opportunity for recreation, but also for sustaining our livelihoods.
Absolutely. And you guys are involved in a lot of different local projects. We're going to talk about water projects with you. And Trey, you kind of an outing leader. You kind of help organize the different events and the outings that take place, right?
Yes, sir, I do. We're really getting started rebuilding a lot of that, trying to get more folks around here to take notice of it. And I think we've got a lot of assets here in the northeast corner of the state, beginning with Noccalula Falls on the Lookout Mountain Range all the way up to Chattanooga. There's awesome trails. We have great rivers for fishing and plenty of good trails for hiking.
That's true. We've got a lot, and especially in Alabama, we have a lot of water.
Yeah.
We have more navigable stream miles, than any other state, so that's a big thing. So water is a big thing for us in this state, so a lot of water.
And as you mentioned, the East Alabama area, the Coosa Valley area that you guys cover, you've got a little bit of everything. You've got the mountains, you've got the valleys, you've got the rivers, you've got streams. You can float down a stream slowly in a kayak if you want to.
I went snowboarding 2 years ago.
It's snowboarding, so
it was awesome. I told my friends in Colorado, hey, I went snowboarding in Alabama.
Yeah, a lot of things to offer to outdoor enthusiasts in this area.
Yes, sir, definitely. I think the Sierra Club mainly focuses on being able to go out and do hikes. They definitely focus on the things that you'll encounter out in the environment, from the types of flora and fauna in the area, our game that's there. So we are definitely concerned about protecting that. And then I also do a lot of hiking over in Cherokee County and into Calhoun and Claiborne County. So they've got some awesome trails for just going out and getting some good exercise. But I think Gadsden in general has great opportunity with Noccalula Falls. I know that we've got trail already back there behind the campground, but our city has really started taking a strong look at developing more trail. Yeah. And that would be great for us to be able to go, after work, hit up the trail, get a nice hike in, or go out on a mountain bike, or do a running event on it. So our city's starting to really come around when I think with developing that little jewel.
Mm-hmm. Talking about conservation and things like that, you're involved with Coosa River and just a water plan in general. We've heard a lot over the last, I guess, 20 years about the water wars between Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and so part of what you're working on is involved with that as well. Talk about the water plan and the projects that you're involved with.
Okay, Carl. The reason I know we've heard a lot about the water wars, and the reason that we need a comprehensive water plan is because we lost the water war with Georgia. A federal judge decided, because we did not have a water plan and Georgia did, that Georgia can basically withdraw as much water from the Lake Lanier and the Coosa River as they would like, which obviously will cause a problem for us here in Alabama, not only with our recreation with kayaking and boating and things like that, but also industry, barge travel, power production, the flora and fauna in the river. So it's going to cause a lot of problems for us. So Governor Bentley has asked the 5 state agencies that deal with water, ADEM is one, the Alabama Department of Water Management is another, to come up with a comprehensive water management plan so that in times of drought, in Alabama, it's really not a problem until there is a drought. We have plenty of water. We get a lot of rainfall. So it's not a problem until there is a drought. I'm sure a lot of folks remember the record drought of 2009 that caused a lot of problems. So we just want to make sure that we manage our water in a way where everybody has enough for everything that they need. We have enough for power production. We have enough for municipal water sources for drinking and bathing and so on and so forth. When there is a drought, we don't want it all to go to Georgia when there is a drought and not have any for ourselves. So we need that water plan. So I'm the conservation chair of the Coosa Valley group and a representative to the state board of Sierra Club, and we're working with the state and the Coosa River Keeper and other river keepers around the state to help develop this water management plan that includes everything that we need to include and doesn't favor one group over another or one priority over another. So we don't want to use all our water for drinking and then have all the fish in the river die, for example. So that's really important. So that's what we're working on. And the plan is supposed to be developed by December of 2013. So we'll see if the state agencies make that deadline.
Yeah. You think you're close? Does it look good?
I don't know. The agencies have made some comments about it. They've done some things online, but I don't really know where they are on that. So we're just continuing to give them feedback on what we would like to see and data about the rivers and so on and so forth, so that everyone's concerns are met. But I don't know exactly where they are on the progress, so I guess we'll see.
What are some of those concerns that the Sierra Club is passing along to these state agencies, and what suggestions are being made?
Well, we want to have a minimum flow rate. We need a minimum flow rate, and I don't know exactly how much to maintain life in the rivers. We do need some annual high waters for some natural processes that go on. So in the spring, we do need some higher, quote-unquote, flood waters. Not the kind that's going to flood your house, but a higher water level than normal. We don't need the exact same water level all the time. So we want to protect that biodiversity that we have. But we also know that we need some water for power production over our hydroelectric dams and in nuclear plants, which actually take a lot of water. So we want to take that into account too. But we don't want to overuse water for irrigation and then not have any left for anything else. So we just want to make sure that there's going to be enough water in the river to keep the river alive and healthy, and then also have enough for everything else that we need water for.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm losing my voice. Water. So yeah, speaking of water, I need some. Excuse me, Trey. You have an event coming up that's part of the Earth Day celebration.
Yes, sir.
So talk about that real quick, then we'll take a commercial break.
Well, one thing we want to do is not scare people away when we do plan our hikes. So in conjunction with the Earth Day event up on Noccalula Falls, We are going to plan a hike after the event is starting to wind down around 3:30, and we'll use the Black Creek Trail, which starts over on the chapel side of the next to the campground side next to the chapel. It runs all the way down to Tuscaloosa Ave and back. It's very easy. It's very slow grade, so it's nothing too steep, nothing scary. It's about 3.2 miles, but the good thing is you can go a mile and turn around and come back. If there were problems, we have easy access to just emergency personnel if something were to go wrong. So it's a real tame, entry-level kind of hike that people can go and do and then decide, hey, I'd like this a lot, and maybe I want to do a little more.
All right, well, that sounds good, guys. Thank you for being with us. We've got a couple of other representatives of the Sierra Club. They're going to join us here in a second to talk about the Earth Day celebration, and we'll continue in just a moment. Stay with us. Yeah, we welcome you back into East Alabama today. Again, I'm Carl Brady. Our second segment of the show today with the Coosa Valley Sierra Club. We have a couple of new folks who have stepped in on set with us. Steve Garrison, who is part of the Sierra Club. Steve, welcome to the program. Good to see you again. And Diane McBride is part of the Sierra Club as well. So welcome to the program. Glad to have you guys on. We've done some news stories with you guys about Earth Day celebrations and things like that, but this is the first time we've had a chance to sit down and talk about the Sierra Club in this type of a format with East Alabama Today.
Yes, and you know, we're really glad to be here. The Sierra Club, Trey mentioned earlier, has been around for a long time. It's the world's oldest and largest environmental organization. And we want to attract the kind of people who are interested in being kind to the earth and doing things like eating better produce that's grown locally with more healthy, less chemicals. There's a grab bag of things that Sierra Club people are interested in, but primarily you have to think of it in terms of being environmentally conscious.
Right. And one of the ways you guys promote that is by having an Earth Day celebration here locally, something that wasn't done, I don't believe, for a long time until you guys got involved and started bringing more awareness to Earth Day. Exactly.
The first Earth Day celebration was back at the very beginnings of the environmental movement back in 1970. So Earth Day has been going on for over 40 years. We established the Coosa Valley Sierra Club group about 4 years ago, and as we looked around, we found nobody's doing anything about Earth Day. And so, you know, we're Sierra Club, we're environmental, you know, it seemed like it was going to fall to us. So we decided that this area needed an Earth Day celebration, and you folks were kind enough to interview us last year, so we got one off. The 2012 celebration was well attended. It was a very nice event, and we feel like this one is going to be even better this year.
And it sounds like it. It's a big thing that you have planned, Diane, April 27th at Noccalula Falls.
Right, and it'll be from 10 in the morning till 4 in the evening. And well, the last year that we did it, we had great fun. A lot of people showed up, and we have a wonderful children's pavilion, and you could tell they were having a great time from the sounds coming from the pavilion. And we will have a farmer's market, which is always a big hit, and hopefully strawberries again this year. We will have live music from a group called the Oxymorons. I know, cute. And they have a sort of a folk rock, maybe a little country sound.
Yeah, a little folk.
Yeah.
Several of them are members of the Sierra Club.
Yeah.
We listen to them perform at Christmas parties. You know, they're a good group.
They're fine. And then another special group would be the, I think about 12 to 12:30, we'll have the Etowah Youth Orchestra string quartet.
That's nice.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that. That's something new this year, so that's going to be fun. We'll have green exhibits, everything that you can think of, really, to kind of turn your attention toward the environment and how we can participate a little bit more. We'll have lots of arts and crafts, And we will have food. Connie's Conies will be there, and we'll have lemonade and hopefully fresh water. Apple a Day will be there also. We have a lot of good exhibitors this year, and there will be everything from pottery, which I do, to...
She's very good too, by the way.
Thank you. And there will be woodworking. I'm not sure if we're going to have a basket weaver or not, but we'll have Native American crafts there. Just a variety of things going on all day long. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody, actually.
It sounds like it. Now, where is it? Is it going to be inside the park? Or is it going to be at one of the pavilions? Where can we find it?
It's going to be at all of the pavilions, basically.
Okay.
We have about 5. There's a new pavilion that was recently built. We'll have that, and then I think either 3 or 4 other pavilions. One will be totally dedicated to the children's fun activities. Another will be primarily farmers market, that kind of thing. I'd like to mention a special event that we're going to be having this year. One of my good friends who's also in the bicycling club with me, Craig Reynolds, is a well-known local artist.
Yes.
And he came out last year, and while the Earth Day was going on last year, he went down and he painted on the spot a very nice painting of Noccalula Falls.
Wow.
And he gave it to us. Now, what we're going to do this year, I have had that in my home for the last year, and it's a great painting. But what we're going to do this year is we're going to give this out as a door prize for people who register and come to the the Earth Day celebration.
Wow.
You don't have to be present to win. Now, Craig Reynolds, incidentally, has a very good reputation, and his paintings are worth, they're really nice and they're worth some money. So this is going to be an excellent door prize, and I think he may be there also.
So that would be great to have him there, and as you're giving away the painting.
Yeah, and then towards the end of the day, at about 3:20, I think we're scheduled for, Diane, I'm going to lead a hike down into below the falls on that trail down there, about a 3-mile hike. So if people would like to come out, have the the experience of being in on the Earth Day celebration, see the vendors, and then kind of get involved with a little outdoor activity and put in a hike also, they can do it all in one place there.
And that's a nice hike under there. I grew up just behind the fire station there at Noccalula Falls, so most of my childhood was spent wandering the trails and making our own trails down underneath the falls in the gorge down there. So beautiful places down there.
Yeah.
Now, being environmentally friendly involves recycling as well. So you're going to have some recycling opportunities with cooking oil and things like that, and some electronics recycling, because I know that's a question I often have and a lot of other people have. The city of Gadsden has a very good recycling program, but when my computer monitor fizzles out, what do I do with it? When when my old radio quits working, what do I do with it? Because we know that there are some, there are components inside electronics that are not very environmentally friendly if you just throw it out and it gets crushed up and opened up. So you're going to have some electronics recycling as well, is that correct?
Absolutely. We have one of our members, Lawrence Reeves, is very active with the Albertville Recycling Center, and they have taken recycling to very high levels. They have all of the right things in place to recycle just about anything. They take glass, they do a whole bunch of different things, and there will be a trailer and truck there taking in recyclable electronics or any kind of electronics. One caveat on that is that televisions, because of the mercury that's present in a television, the recycling center itself has to pay $10 to pass it on to be recycled. So there will be a fee on those older, large-scale televisions, but other recycling can be dropped off on premise. The other thing, we have had, as part of our programs, which we have a regular program every month, usually on some kind of environmental topic at the Joe Ford Center. we have had presentations on cooking oil recycling, and a lot of people don't realize one of the major problems that takes place in the infrastructure, those pipes running under the ground, is when people dispose of cooking oil down the sewers and it clogs up and it causes all kinds of problems. So the city of Gadsden has a very good program to recycle used cooking oil, and they will be there on premise, and I believe they will also have jugs to recycle your used cooking oil.
Yeah, and you can do that anytime in the city of Gadsden. All of the rec centers have the jugs for the cooking oil, and then the city actually uses that to create to make their own biodiesel that they operate some of their fleet off of. So if you're driving around town and you're behind a city truck and you smell French fries, that's why.
That's true. We had the fellow up who kind of pioneered this program in Alabama from the Hoover, fleet down there, and they're running most of their vehicles on this recycled cooking oil.
Wow. Well, guys, we need to take a quick commercial break, so we'll do that right now and come back with a few final thoughts with the Coosa Valley Sierra Club. Stay with us. So we welcome you back in for our final segment of East Alabama Today. We've been talking about the Coosa Valley Sierra Club and the upcoming Earth Day celebration, which is going to be held at Noccalula Falls in Gadsden. That's on Saturday, April the 27th, from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. It's a day full of fun and activities, all related to Earth Day, and again sponsored by the Sierra Club, and Coosa Riverkeeper is part of it. The City of Gadsden, a sponsor as well, and the Etowah County Tourism Board. And Steve, it is a free event, right? There's no entry fee or anything like that. People just kind of come and go as they please.
One clarification that, as I understand it, is often a confusion factor when events are held in the outer periphery of Noccalula Falls. It's free, but getting into the park itself and the little trolley train and all like that is still same old, same old.
You still have to pay park admission, but the event outside the gates for Earth Day is free.
Right.
Absolutely. How do people get more information on the Sierra Club and the local chapter if they want to maybe visit one of your meetings, be a part of things? How do they do that?
Okay, we run regular as clockwork the second Thursday of every month at 6:30. And we usually start gathering a little beforehand because we have a very able hospitality chair who puts out all kinds of good things to eat. And that's in the Joe Ford Center on the second floor, room 210. Joe Ford Center, the entry into that has gotten a little confused with the new arterial there, but it's the building that basically faces George Wallace Drive there.
Right, it's where most of the administration of the college is in that building. Now the president's office, things like that, are all in the Joe Ford building now. So you just make that.
You're telling me something I didn't know. I thought it was the Wallace building.
Take that left-hand turn there onto, I think they call it Corner Drive now, where they put the new intersection there off of George Wallace Drive. And so the second floor, there's a meeting room there, and that's where we can find you guys, right?
Yeah, and we have a program every month. It's always about something environmentally oriented. It's good time, good people. If you're friendly with the earth and you're environmentally conscious, you got to be good people.
Yeah. And if you want to find out more about the Sierra Club, you can go check out the website at alabama.sierraclub.org. alabama.sierraclub.org. Guys, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having
us on the program. Time for us to wrap things up. Diane, thank you. And thank you for joining us as well here on East Alabama Today. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.